I never had a haircut for the show, you know.
I had a haircut for the show, and we're live, boys.
Oh,
Hello,
it's that
everyone.
time of the year
And we're
already.
sitting together. How's this? At Soccer Shop headquarters. Striker?
Yeah, nice to be here. Best time of the year.
Oh, it's great.
Durban, July. So many functions, can't beat it.
Can't beat it. I'm just looking over my shoulder. I don't know if you guys can see, but Lance has put out a spread and a half for the boys. Striker didn't have any, to be fair.
I bear no ill feelings for not being part of the New York podcast in United States. I thought I'd just put a few pastries out.
Yeah, thank you.
Instead of the Empire State Building, we got pastries.
So we're going to do something different today. We're going to release the focus on the race, the big race of the day first, and then we'll put that out and get the next one going. So let's talk about the July. Striker, how many times?
4 times.
Oh,
Been in
Pomodoro trademark.
the conglomerates and London News.
Wow.
London News.
I remember every one
Kicks
of them.
for home.
It was my first July as a bookmaker, London News.
He was a good also.
The nice thing about winning July, I mean, it's like something that you, before you ever win a July, you feel like, will this ever happen to me? I mean, so many champion jockeys and
Sure.
good horses never won the July, and then it's like a pinnacle of horse racing.
And Pomodoro had no right to win it. Draw 20.
Yeah, Pomodoro and the conglomerate also drawn 20.
Also draw.
But it was the type of horse that I could get away with a bad draw because they weren't pullers, they didn't have to be tucked in from behind. And in fact, actually, I prefer being drawn a bit wide in July because they go too fast in the beginning. Because the jocks are under pressure to get a good position, and if 10 guys are chasing and you're supposed to be sitting 2-3 lengths off them, you actually have to force your horse if you're drawn on the inside to keep that position, which sort of makes you fall into the trap, even though you don't want to.
Makes
And
sense.
second, did you run second any times?
Yeah, finished second to Dynasty. I remember Dynasty also.
Joao,
won from
wow, what a horse.
Dynasty had no right to win that race. He was drawn 18, okay, it was not a problem, but he was racing 3-4 wide the whole way.
He was a good
And
horse.
had the run of the race, and Dynasty was just so good.
He was a good horse.
He was very good.
Sure,
Very
he
good.
was special.
Because the second horse was a star.
No, he was good.
Anyway, 2025 is out and about. We've been waiting for months. Lots of chit chat. Breaking news this morning. Obviously, we won't see it again this year.
Yeah.
Sadly, he's not running. But one person's sadness is this person's happiness. Sean's got a horse in the July, Lance.
Deservedly so. A top trainer like that deserves a horse in the July. And well done to Lawrence Werners. He puts a lot of money into the game.
Yeah,
And I'm happy for both of them. And hopefully he stands up and does well.
yeah. Going to be hard from 19, but
Yeah, but he's got a runner. Sean was very confident.
or whatever.
No, he gets
you're
into
15,
15
sorry.
now.
He was confident of him running a big race in the consolation. So
Yeah.
The good thing with him is his horse that races quite handy, so it will give us a true run race.
Uh-huh. So Striker, you've won it 4 times. Why don't you kick this off? We've done 3 minutes already of talking cuck. Let's get into it. What don't you like?
Well, there are quite a couple I don't like.
Let's do that. Everybody else likes. Let's go with what we don't like.
Okay, should we go horse by horse or?
Yeah,
Okay,
just give
so
us a
I'm
couple
gonna
of the fancied ones. So soccershop.bet have got 14 to 10, 8 on 18, 6 to 1 Oriental, immediate edge 7.5 to 1, 13.5 to 1 Gladiatorian, 16 to 1 on Mahana, the Real Prince 15 to 1, 15 to 1 Saluque, Atticus Finch nearly 20 to 1, and 22 to 1 and better the rest. So it looks like a one horse race, but there's going to be a few people that fancy others, and tell them why you don't fancy whatever those others are.
Okay, well, I'm starting with Oriental Charm. Must have a good chance. Unfortunately, it's his only second run, but I think after a break. But I think he's probably done a lot of track work at home. Drawn one sometimes not the best draw, especially he races from handy because he might get pressure from the outside to keep his position, and he might be going too fast early on. But I believe he's quite quick out the stall, so if no one puts pressure, he should be able to get there comfortably. Madison Valley, I don't think the form is strong enough. On my honour, on one run he's able to be in the placings. Atticus Finch, I don't know if the horses in Joburg, the form is that strong. The Real Prince, not sure if he's going to really see out the distance. I mean, his form when 1 over mile was very good, but 2,200 is a big jump. Selukwe, very impressive the way he won from the back of the field at Greyville, but has he beaten anything of note? I'm not so sure about that. Rainbow Lorikeet, I can't really put in this race. Doris Jet, not in this race. My best shot, I know, done nothing wrong. So many wins as a 3-year-old, but the form, I've gone onto form grids and shows there are no winners behind him. It's also PE form, so it's difficult to assess PE form to the rest of the country, which we know is stronger. Immediate Edge, obviously a horse that's got scope for improvement, but once again, I haven't seen him beat anything of note. 8 and 18, I know he's the favourite. He's a 3-year-old, but he's a kilo well in at the weights. The way he won last time, I mean, Richard had to come around the field, and he still made it up very quickly to be able to beat him comfortably. He is a definite favourite. He deserves to be a favourite. And if no one can predict luck in running, but if they run on form, I can't see him lose this race.
Sure.
Purple Picture, he's a horse that can race handy, so might be able to stay on. Okavango, I feel that he's probably just below the top horses, even though he's young, he can improve. Confederate as well, same, just below the top horses. I know he won a big race in Johannesburg, but I'm not so sure if 2,200 is going to be in his favour, because he's quite a keen horse and he gets on with it. Litigation is now the reserve runner. Outclass, Gladiatorian. I mean, he's been coming from far behind to run on and finishing the money, or just getting beat. So he's a bit of a dark horse. I'm not sure how to assess him. He's drawn bad, so he might have to be dropped out too far at the back again. In a big field and a short straight like Greyville might not be in his favour, but he's good enough to run into the places. Royal Victory, I mean, I actually initially liked See It Again to be the danger to 8 and 18, and he's got the same form line as See It Again. So Royal Victory should be there on form in the places, but drawn wide, and he comes from the back. I see he's got blinkers on now, declared, and so if he's a bit keen, I believe he can be a bit keen in the race itself. So if he's got blinkers on, he might over race, so they might have to make sure he drops in the back of the field. So he could run into the places, but not sure if he could win from the far back. And then Native Ruler also held on some form, young horse, so can improve. But all in all, I see about 3-4 horses can run place, but 8 and 18,
You're a fan.
out and out winner.
Sure. That's a hell of an assessment from somebody that's won the race 4 times. If you could ride 53 kilos, who would you fight for?
Yo, well, I
See, like you are the greatest, but if you were still the greatest and they still took your calls, and you could ride 53, who would you have fight for?
Well, looking at the field, the draws taking,
Yeah.
I'd probably Oriental Charm would probably be. Even though he's got 60, but I'd probably.
You'd fight for. So if something happened today, obviously we don't want anything to happen, but now that the draws are out, we're 4 days away from the race. If you could pick up the phone and ride one horse in this race, it would be Oriental Charm.
If I couldn't get 8 and 18, it would be.
No, you can get any horse.
Yeah, no, it'd be 8 and 18
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Mr. Michael?
All right, I'm not going to go through horse by horse because I think Pierre's covered pretty much the non-runners, in my opinion. So the one Oriental Charm is definitely a runner, but 60 kilos, is he as good as the Pomodoros of this world? I don't think so. So I don't, not Pomodoro, Pocket Power.
Yeah.
who won with the stopper weight. So I doubt it very much, although he's a star and it's a horse that you wouldn't be surprised to see in the winning enclosure, but not for me. A lot of horses have outside chances. The best outsider in the race for me is Atticus Finch.
Oh, I like that horse.
For me, he's an out and out danger to whatever's in this race in the form of 8 on 18, Salukwe, thanks Ed. A lot of other horses that look to have better form than him. I think he's the biggest outsider with the best chance.
And you guys have got him at?
He's around 20 odd to 1.
Yeah, about 20 to 1.
Now, initially coming into the book, I thought Immediate Edge was a hard horse to beat, or a horse that would have had a big say. I then did the form, and I saw the line with Atticus Finch. I then went to the run that Atticus Finch ran behind Immediate Edge. I saw the weight pull like everybody else saw. But then I sat with Jason. Remember Jason, guys? It's a guy I keep speaking about. Yes.
Yeah. We'll meet him one day.
You'll meet him one day. He sat me down and he made a lot of sense in his assessment of Immediate Edge chances because we both liked it, and then I went off it having done the form. He said to me, this horse was not a 108. On the line through Choice Sonata, this horse was more likely a 120 or a 118.
Okay.
And he showed me the line through Choice Sonata between the horses Confederate and obviously the 1400 Choice Sonata form where this horse runs second. And he's saying Choice Sonata beat a 120 in Confederate or 118 in Confederate. And he believes that the 108 is a master stroke by Mark de Kock.
Okay.
And based on his assessment, I kind of viewed the race differently. And I respect Immediate Edge more than I
7
did.
to 1.
Yeah, I think it's a bit short.
Oh.
But I can see exactly the way Mark de Kock played this. Gave him the gelding, put the blinkers on, kept the merit rating as low as he could, definitely got him in the race. So this is...
He's been a bit of a hype horse, hasn't he? He was always going to get in. There's been a lot of talk about him, so subconsciously the decision makers in this race have put him in.
I can see this being a Snaith a masterclass a few years ago when Ferrari rode that horse, Bulgarian. I see very similar
Tactics.
Yeah.
applied.
But now, if you like Immediate Edge, look, you can improve. But then you got to like Atticus Finch, and just behind there was Son of Raj, Royal Edition.
Yeah, but
It's
I
like,
watched the race.
Is that form strong enough?
You know what I'm saying? It didn't initially, to me, look strong enough. But I know Mark de Kock, and I know the way he thinks, and he didn't want this horse coming in with 56 or 55 or whatever, something crazy. So he's done really well. He's given this horse every chance at 53 kilos, but definitely not my first choice. I respect the favourite very, very much. As a bookmaker, I'm going to stand it because I have to. But I do see runners in the race, and the runners are in the form of Atticus Finch.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about Salukwe. I'm not mad about My Best Shot. A lot of money with me, My Best Shot. A lot of money with me on her honour. I respect Immediate Edge as a runner. I obviously respect the favourite. I see a lot of pace in the race. Confederate, now Litigation. So a very, very interesting race. The favourite could win. History is against it. I'm quite excited that I've got a favourite at 14 at 10, possibly going to be laying 16, 18 at 10 on the day that we can aim at. And I see 4 or 5 really strong runners. And the rest for me don't hold a candle. So the winner will come from 4 or 5 horses, and the rest are non-runners in my opinion.
Yeah, I pretty much feel the same way. I think it's between Oriental Charm, Atticus Finch, 8 on 18. I do like a little bit of Confederate. I do think Gladiatorial will be flying. I do think Royal Victory will be flying. But if there's one trainer that I've got to be within the July, and I've taken a few small, tiny little doubles into it. And if it stays as no race, I really, really like the Real Prince. He's got the makeup of a really good horses, and for Dean to have him in this race, he's put up some sound work. He was as big as 40s. He's probably, what have you got him at now, Lance?
12 on.
12, 15 to 1 roughly. I do think if he stays, he poses the biggest danger to the winner of the race, whatever that might be. Because there's so much pace in this race, that might go against him.
No, I think that'll help him.
But maybe it'll help him. But horses like him, like Gladiatorian, like Royal Victory, like 8 on 18, and I'm not a massive fan of 8 on 18, but look, he's a really good horse.
You can't get away from his form.
You
It's
can't,
just
it's too good.
Yeah.
It's too good, and his turn of foot is exceptional. So for me, I make the Real Prince top 3, and with a bit of luck, DK gets another winner in a race that he's very good at. I was totally against Green with Envy last year as a 3-year-old. 8 on 18 comes with just as much hype, if not more. But he's just got a different makeup of the way he runs. So, but it's too late. I can't be taking 14 to 10. That was like, there's no
Listen,
way.
history is against him.
Totally against him. Oriental Charm, I'm excited to see because I'm led to believe he goes to stud soon. Yeah.
2 years ago, see it again. I rode him, finished second in July. It's 56 and a half. This horse is only carrying half a kilogram more, and
he's been,
I think he's better.
yeah, absolutely.
So 8 on 18,
Yeah,
I think he
I
can.
got you there.
Yeah.
I got you there. I just...
But I don't think he's run against as an aggressive field as he's running now. What I mean by that is, this isn't a race for sissies. Do you know what I mean? Like
18 runners.
18 runners,
Gravel.
handicap, gravel, a lot of stuff's going to come into it. But he's got the ability to turn it on, and that's a big benefit for him. But then so does the Real Prince. Atticus Finch, a big runner. I agree with Lance 100%. I mean, that's a proper racehorse. And Alec also steeped in history in this race. So, in surmising, I'll go first. I like the Real Prince. The quartet for me is Oriental Charm, Atticus Finch, the Real Prince, Immediate Edge, 8 on 18, Confederate, and Gladiatorian, and Royal Victory. Box those 20. Then you should catch the quartet. Striker, sum up.
Definitely 8 on 18, and then I'm going to follow up with Oriental Charm and Gladiatorian.
Lance.
I'm going to play against the favourite because I have to. I'm going to go Atticus Finch, massive outsider, great value. I'm going to go Immediate Edge, strong chance, good trainer, and I think could be a master stroke. And you're going to laugh at me, I'm going to go with a horse called Gladiatorian.
Yeah, I think he's got a chance.
I think pace is plenty. He's going to settle, he's going to run on for luck, and if he gets there, good luck to them. But the race is very, very, very tricky. Going to
So,
depend.
8 on 18, not first 3.
Well, it's a bookmaker.
Listen to me, I'm going to be honest with you. He's either going to win by 4 or run unsighted. It's going to be one of those where
So it's nothing between.
everything's going to be coming, and he's either going to be one of those coming and finishing best of all, or he's going to get swallowed up.
Brilliant.
Well, normally you've got that, don't you? Swan is over.
What's that?
No, he could run second or third.
No, his style of running, if you take the Met, he's got work to do on Oriental Charm
Yeah.
for half of it. So I'm saying he's going to get a lot of competition from a few horses. As a bookmaker, I'm either going to do my bollocks or I'm going to win a lot of money, and that excites me.
Yeah. Have you still got both?
What? No, I'm a little bit shy in one of the departments, but but I'm excited for this race because I see. You know the funny thing with my race at the moment, he's not a loser.
Oh.
No, Salukwe coming out my ears, my best shot coming out my ears, and on my honour.
Jesus.
So that's where I'm at.
So, get stuck into 8 on 18 with Lance just to help him balance his book a little bit so he can keep feeding us.
I don't think I'm going to
croissants.
be short on laying this horse, but as it happens, my 3 dangers are the ones I mentioned, or my 3 losers are the ones I mentioned, and I'm excited going into this race.
Perfect. What's the promo?
July promo, 50, now listen carefully, this is big. 50% deposit match.
50%.
Yes.
Not 50.
Yes. Existing and new clients. That's point number 1. Can be claimed twice until midnight Saturday, and it starts tomorrow, Wednesday. Maximum bonus though that the customer will get is 15,000 Rand.
So if somebody deposits a sum of 30, you giving them an extra 15.
Correct, which they got to roll over 3 times in the bonus wallet.
That's not a lot.
It's usually 5 and 10 depending on whose website you're dealing with. And then the maximum payout, 45,000 Rand. Now, what that means, God alone knows.
I think they've thrown you a curveball.
I don't know what that means. My son walked in here and slipped this under my book. What the maximum payout 45,000 is, I've got no idea. But by the time the next podcast is done, I'll let you know.
Clarify. So that's why you've got to watch the next podcast.
Yeah.
Right, that's the July done in 22 minutes. Well done, guys.